This incident occurred a long time ago during my time as a soldier. Every night, 2 members of our unit would patrol the forest. Each of us had a designated partner for these patrols, and I was paired with my colleague Jack. We quickly became good friends, bonding over our shared interests, especially our taste in music. Our conversations about concerts and bands made the long patrols enjoyable and kept us engaged. One night, as we were making our way through the forest, something unusual caught my eye. I saw a sudden flash of light in the distance. It was brief, but noticeable. I pointed it out to Jack, hoping he would see it too. After scanning the area, Jack confirmed that he didn't see anything unusual. We paused for a moment, scanning the surroundings, but everything appeared calm and normal. Since there was no immediate threat, we decided to continue our patrol. A short while later, Jack spotted the same flash of light and directed my attention to it. As I turned to look, the light appeared again, just as it had before. This time, we both saw it clearly, but it vanished almost instantly. We exchanged concerned glances, unsure of what to make of it. We decided to investigate further, as the base had instructed us to look into any unusual occurrences. As we approached the source of the light, the atmosphere became eerily silent. The forest, which had been alive with the sounds of nature, seemed unnaturally quiet. We tread carefully, our flashlights casting long shadows in the darkness. Then, almost suddenly, another ball of light appeared, glowing briefly before disappearing again. It was a strange and unsettling sight, unlike anything we had encountered before. I felt a growing sense of unease. I suggested to Jack that I should move back a few hundred meters to check if there were any issues with our communication equipment. I instructed him to stay alert and not to get too close to the source of the light. Jack agreed, and I made my way back to re-establish contact with the base. While I was several hundred meters away, I regained communication with headquarters. They instructed us to disregard the light and return to our patrol route immediately. The abrupt change in orders was confusing, but I followed them without question. I headed back towards Jack to inform him of the new directive. As I approached, I was startled to see Jack on the ground, writhing in pain. His body was covered in severe burns, and he was shouting in agony. I rushed to his side, horrified by his condition. I immediately contacted headquarters, reporting the emergency and requesting urgent medical assistance. Jack's suffering was intense, and he could only manage to say that a ray of light had caused him excruciating pain before he lost consciousness. Paramedics arrived swiftly, and they worked quickly to stabilize Jack. They placed him on a stretcher, administered 4 fluids, and transported him to the nearest medical facility. I watched helplessly as they drove away, feeling a profound sense of dread and helplessness. It was the last time I saw Jack. The following evening, I received the devastating news that Jack had died. His death was officially recorded as unknown, and his military funeral was held with full honors. When I asked the doctors about the cause of his death, they were puzzled. They had initially suspected radiation exposure, but the Geiger counter showed no abnormal levels. The superiors never explained why our orders had shifted from investigating the light to avoiding it entirely. Even after all these years, the unanswered questions linger. Why did the light appear? What happened to Jack? Why were we instructed to investigate only to be told to stay away? The mystery remains unresolved, leaving me with more questions than answers.